can get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Tony Parker. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Batum. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
Hey, kid, you ready?
It's all knotted up.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Now, here's Batum. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Duncan, the pass to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And that one's good by Aldridge. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Now, here's Mills, guarded by Walker. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
And guys, every time we think Patty Mills is going to take the next step in his development, he takes a step back. Last season, he shot career lows from the field and behind the arc after having one of his best ever campaigns the year before. That really just makes a coach pull his hair out, and fortunately for me, I don't have it.
And that one's good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside, Lynn. Over to the left wing. Back to Lee. Left side, Lynn. Shot to stop the run. Mills with the rebound. Back to Mills. The Spurs could have used his contributions last year. Parker was hobbled. Corey Joseph was still learning. Mills didn't put together consistent efforts and ended up losing minutes, Clark, because of it.
Yeah, you know, Mills had the opportunity to make an impact for a championship contender. That chance doesn't come very often. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the most of it.
Martin. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Hornets trail by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. He with the block. They recover it. Charlotte's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Lamb bounces high off the rim and drops. Lamb's got his first bucket of the night. Here's Diaw. It's tipped. They get it back. Martin with the bucket. We've got 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Jefferson, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now, here's Mills, guarded closely. Feeds to Martin. Diaw with a wide open look. And it's San Antonio with another. And here is Lynn from past the arc. And he gets the bucket. Mills, that's a two-pointer. And that's not going to go.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up.
And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing.
I always try to improve and get better.
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Batum. Jefferson is out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3, the small forward.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
And it's Martin penetrating.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Jefferson. And it's sent back by Aldridge. At the elbow, Martin. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt. Oh! I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Kemba Walker.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Here's Anderson. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Hornets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Right side, Williams. Walker dishes to Batum. Back to Walker. From deep. Again, the miss by Walker.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
Batum, good.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
And the rejection by Leonard. And Parker comes with the help. It's tipped. 6 to shoot. Williams passes to Zeller. It's stolen by Green. Back to Leonard. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Misses in close. For the Hornets last season, their bench was weak at times. They just couldn't really score that well.
And the Hornets bench was the only bench to shoot under 40% from the floor for the season.
11 feet away. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Aldridge has got 5.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Lets it go with a 3. Green controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Green's got his first points in this one.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, and you can't allow, if you're the opponent, to have that guy continue to beat you in that manner on the backcourt.
Aldridge dishes to Leonard. Aldridge kicks to Anderson. And a fast break now for the Hornets. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Leonard with the steal. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Duncan comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Boris Diaw is subbed for Kawhi Leonard. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Lee's checked in.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Batum with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Williams passes to Walker. Back to Williams. It's stolen by Duncan. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The pass break chance. And it's slammed in by Dion.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Batum wide open. He fires. And Zeller kicks to Batum. Offensive rebound. Zeller dishes to Williams. Goes up again. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Dion. Martin comes in for Kyle Anderson. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. Hornets trail by 6. Outside, Lynn. Passes it to Williams. Stolen by Ginobili. And the Spurs pushing it up now. It's deflected. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Lee's running, and he's going up for the alley-oop. Williams can't get it to go.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And it's almost as if they knew exactly what the D was going to throw at him on that possession.
Here's Ginobili, the layup off target.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Spurs lead by 10.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Popovich, a strong first half for you. Was the up-tempo?
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. At the end of 1, they were able to end up. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just...
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Kid Gilchrist with the steal.
We've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. But those turnovers could have been avoided. Careless mistakes.
Absolutely. They have got to get a tighter handle on the ball. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
A nice shot by Zeller.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
Boris Diaz checked in for Tim Duncan. Kaminsky is checked in for the Hornets. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. And Zeller kicks to Kid Gilchrist. On the wing, Batum. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. Nice jump shot. Good. Batum's got 4 points this quarter. San Antonio leading by 4.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
But they get it back. Here's Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And it's Kidd-Gilchrist penetrating. Leonard with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. And it's Green slamming it down.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stand to add some strength.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Martin in for Daniel Green.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Spurs leading by 11. Here's Mills. Batum grabs the miss. Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And the Hornets miss again.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
And the Spurs making a change here. West is checked in. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Zell. Lamb comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Lee's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Here's Diaw. It's deflected. Lee outside. Down low. Lin rest with the block.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Martin. San Antonio again missing. Hornets trail by 9. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And the Spurs pushing it up now. And it's Lin with the rebound. The Hornets shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Diaw with the steal. And Anderson kicks to Diaw. The shot is off. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore, though.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Duncan comes in for Boris Diaw. And it's Ginobili in for Kyle Anderson.
With a much bigger man guarding him, that's not an easy shot to get off. Never mind to knock down. Terrific basket. You know, for the Spurs playing up-tempo, I mean, they made that adjustment several years back to their credit. Since then, they've been one of the more up-tempo and offensive-minded teams in the league.
Mills can't hit.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Ginobili with the steal. Baseline jumper. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Ginobili's got his first bucket in this one.
And some stats to kind of back up the Spurs playing that up-tempo style. They led the league last year in distance traveled as a team. Their players would cover almost 18 miles per game played. That tells you there's tremendous ball movement, but more importantly, body movement.
Outside, Lynn to the inside. That's tipped. Here's Jefferson. And the rebound goes to Duncan.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Good. Ginobili's got the lead up to 11 now for San Antonio.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And he hits the jump shot. Ginobili's got 6 in the quarter. Lynn. No good on the buzzer beater. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's the fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Hornets trail by 10, and Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kidd, Gilchrist, and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker, and it's Zeller in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The kick out to Walker. Again, the miss by Walker.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Leonard, no luck. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. All alone. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Leonard's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Spurs. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
It's Kidd Gilchrist on the wing. The good-looking shot from the wing. San Antonio leading by 10. Here's Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
And the rejection by Leonard. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Charlotte has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The kick out to Walker. From deep three-point range, and it's Walker again missing.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
The pass to Zeller. Stops. Pops. Here's Batum, and good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
They've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
It's Kidd Gilchrist on the wing. From deep three-point range, kept alive. Zeller passes to Williams. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively. And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Poked away. Spurs leading by 7. Leonard attacking, stolen by Walker. It's stolen by Green. Aldridge dishes to Duncan. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Here's Green. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Hornets trail by 7. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
To the paint, here's Duncan, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
And how about that instant response? Don't try to throw down on his team. It just gets them fired up.
And that's the result. They launch an assault on the basket.
Kevin, Greg, I think the stakes just gotten raised a little bit.
Hangs in the air, and he lays it up and in. Duncan's got 4 points this quarter.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Shoots the 3. Tim Duncan grabs the miss. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Nobody near Williams. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, it's simply been an awful quarter. I mean, terrible ball security. They've actually handled that thing like it's got leprosy. Take care of it.
Ouch. Leprosy.
Mills, he's checked in for Parker. Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 11. 1:37 left in the 4th quarter. .137 left here in the 4th quarter. Here's Kid Gilchrist. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And that's 13 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Hornets trail by 9. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jefferson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Spurs have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Here's Aldridge. Here's Leonard. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Spurs.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't. They had not only lightened the load, the bench guaranteed and actually produced the win.
They sure did.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Leonard. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Stolen by Walker. And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating, and the slam by Williams.
A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look. Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
A shot by Batum, no good. Leonard with no one around. And it's Leonard again missing. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Williams leading the charge. A shot by Batum, no good. Mills passes to Leonard. Again, Leonard missing. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
David, obviously a very...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the Kawhi Leonard.